What's up, everybody? Welcome,
Hello.
welcome to not Evening Alpha. This is something just a little bit different. We are doing something tonight called the Lore Games. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank everyone on the screen for coming, and thank everybody in the audience for coming. If you're here, it's because we love you, and we think you guys are very, very special. And we wanted to share this with you. It's something that we've been working on behind the scenes. Still in alpha, so not a public release or anything, but it sure as hell has been a lot of fun, and we just wanted to take it to the next step and put it in front of you guys and get some feedback and have you guys jump in and play a little bit. It's really, really fun and really easy. So before we get started, I'll tell you exactly what we're going to be doing tonight. I would love to introduce everybody. We're waiting on one more person, but he's probably asleep because he's old and he's fat, but that's okay. I've known him for years. We've all known him. We've known him for a very long time. So anyway, here is what we have. We've got Flint, who is
Hello.
our wonderful A+, amazing superhero of development. He is our super dev. In fact, I'm going to ask really quick. Hey, Hype, can you see us? Is everything good? I'm just making sure. I think so. We're good, right? Yeah, I think we're good. All right. Hype, let me know if you can see us. I'm just making sure we're clear and everyone can see us. Go ahead and type awesome.
Yep, there you are.
Perfect. So Flint is, you guys know, co-founder of Adult Fantasy, one of the amazing people behind our technology. If you enjoy the case design, if you think the de-aging mechanic is cool, you can't see their PFP. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, they've decided to be off screen. Hype. Lots of anonymity. I mean, really, when you have a face like this, you can't really compete. You know what I mean? I understand.
How can I hold a candle?
Can't hold a candle. That's true. Too much beauty. If you enjoy the technology, if you really like the de-aging component of the technology, that is all Flint. He's brilliant, and we love him. Studio 7.62, also known. I can say your first name, right?
Yeah.
Avery, what's up? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Avery is an amazingly talented artist. I've known him for a very long time. He's worked with heavy metal. He's worked with Image. He's worked with White Wolf. So his style and his ability and the way he thinks about art and comics is just 100% in line with what we were doing. And I'm so happy to have him here. And then we have the wonderful Zach Arbella. Zach is another brilliant author. Zach has written, correct me if I'm wrong, 13 novels in the Nine Suns universe, correct?
Combined, yeah, it's a little more complicated than that, but I won't bore you with the details.
Probably more than 13, but he's a fantastically prolific author, and we're incredibly excited to have him here as well to play this with us. So what exactly are we doing? Well, what we are doing tonight is we are playing a lore game. And so behind the scenes, what we've been doing is we have been creating, I'm going to share the screen with you guys. All right. So we have been playing this. This is our lore game. It is based on I wouldn't say well-known, but a very good game called Microscope. In fact, I have the instructions right here. It's a very thin book. It's a lot of fun. This is a modified version of Microscope. So what we've done is in the past, we've played a few different versions. The first version we played was a takeoff on the game of Microscope. We wrote ourselves. I have a friend who is a legitimately great game designer. He wrote it up for us, and we played it, and we had a blast. And we came up with a tremendous amount of material. And then on the second side, we were like, we want to make sure that this is the right thing to do, and wanted to make sure that this is kind of the way we want to play it. So last time we got together, what we did was we played a traditional game of Microscope with this group. So we've had a couple different groups shuffling people, and we put them together. And what was interesting from the last playtest was that the group, even though we were playing a traditional game of Microscope, the group started to migrate towards the building of seasons and episodes and issues, which was the first playtest. Our modification was to go from periods, events, and scenes, which is the game of Microscope, into breaking it up and changing it so that it fit more of a traditional story flow. So the game of Microscope, in a super quick nutshell, is a game where you create an entire universe from the beginning of time to the end of time. And it's really used in role-playing circles. A lot of DMs use it so that they can create an entire world to set the stage for whatever game they're going to play or whatever. Think about it as like the Tolkienization of story, right? Like before you can write The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, you really kind of have to know the entire history, or at least different periods of time and what happened to those periods to affect your main characters in whatever era you are working in, whatever period. So that is basically where we are. And so what we're going to do is we're going to play a game and we're going to continue where we left off. I know this is a very new to you guys because there's half of the stuff you have not seen before. So we're going to take just 5 minutes and I'm going to walk a little bit through it. In fact, I'm going to ping Andrew one more time. I'm betting he fell asleep. He does work pretty hard, so it's okay if he fell asleep. Let's see. All right, there we go. We have enough people. It actually plays better with, to be honest, and I'm not making this up, it does play better with 3 to 4 people. So we're fine. Just saying. So what we've done is we're going to be modifying. The only difference between this time and last time is that this time we're going to go to the original thing where even though the card says period, it's basically episode. Okay, so these are different episodes within a season. Okay, now there's no cap, meaning if you want to create, just like at the other time, if you feel like creating another episode, go for it. This is not we haven't decided what episodes are in the season. So if there's 55 episodes in the season, that's great. We can just start editing down and chopping it up later. Okay, so we've got all of the episodes within the season, and then the events and the scenes that come up within that episode. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I'm not going to read all of this. We can read it as we're working through it because there'll be a lot of time. But I'm just going to read the titles of the episodes. The first one was from our last game, so I didn't really change it. It's just ancient cosmic evil falls to the earth, exterminates the intelligent Sleestack dinosaurs and other advanced civilizations, is put to sleep by ancient humans for millennia by accident. Pretty awesome. The second title, and I got these, we stole these from comics and movies. We were just making stuff up. This episode of number 2, the episode title of number 2 is Are You Sure? Then we've got The Auditors of Destiny. We've got Her Name Was Jurassica. Then we've got The Grand Heist. We've got Spare Me, Belly of the Beast, Matter of Faith, the globe cracks and begins to show signs of weakness. Parmoda wakes up and attempts to destroy everything at the end of the earth, and a young girl who looks remarkably like someone who lived in ancient Sumeria sits at the dawn of a new universe and begins to build again. So we've got a lot of good stuff in here. And I will say the most intriguing thing about this that the players here don't know is that some of the stuff we came up with on our own for our game was actually kind of mirrored in a couple of places with completely different people. Like the idea of an earthquake and a device that kind of starts to crack the globe and the heroes and villains kind of colliding and kind of stealing, like trying to fight for the whatever the machine. So it's really interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start. Hype TV says, and it looks really cool. And she says, is this like choose your own adventure? It is. Excuse me. The difference is that the rules aren't made yet. So what we're doing is this is actually it's actually a modification of what happens in a real writer's room, right? So if you're ever in a Hollywood writer's room, they may have a little more than we do in that they have, or maybe they already have established characters or something like that. But basically, Oh, John. Someone just texted me here. Hold on for a second.
Sorry about that. Had to reload the screen.
So basically, what this is, it's like a writer's room. So in the writer's room, you have a wall full of note cards, and inside of those note cards, you get to actually move things around and really try to figure out the story. So it is a choose your own adventure, but it actually is more from the side of like what an actual writer's room is. And so what we're doing is actually creating a groundwork and a framework so that anyone can play. So we're gonna, we want to hear what you guys think, and we want a lot of input, and we're gonna ask you to like throw out things, and we will totally, either ignore what you say or use it, and then as we grow and as we kind of iron out some of the details and once this gets to a beta, then we'll be able to open it up, and so other people can kind of come in and play. So with that, we're going to jump in. We'll just start at Flint, since you are right below me here.
Yes.
All right. Do you remember how this works?
What phase were we in?
We can just start again. So just a reminder, you can also hit the little collapse button, and you can see a palette. The palette, just as a reminder, is these are things that we agree must happen or may not happen, right? So we can use these, and we kind of must use these at some point. It doesn't have to be tonight, but at some point this will be included. Make sense? And
Right.
And Flint, so all you have to do now is you are the lens, and so you decide where the focus is, and so you get to create in this context a period, event, or scene, or in other words an episode, and then an event and a scene. So up to you.
Ooh, okay, this is tricky.
Hype says, are we also playing or more observing? So the players on screen are the ones that are going to be taking the turns, but this is really open. So we would love for you guys to pop in with ideas once you kind of understand how it works, and we'll talk it out, right? So as we talk it out, you'll totally get the hang of it. It's very simple, and you'll be able to throw things out like interesting scenes or interesting ideas that could help. Right, it just depends on where Flint starts. If he's creating a new episode, or if he's creating an event within an episode, and it will take a little longer because this is also like he's probably seeing this for the first time because I added a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah, we merged together 2 games. It'd be interesting trying to create a through line, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to take a look at under her name was Jurassica, and Triceracop implicated in his twin sister's murder. And the scene I'm looking at, the question is, well, why is he implicated in the twin sister's murder? And maybe detectives are searching his apartment for evidence, and a different character planted evidence in, I don't know, in their house or something.
Cool. So the question is then, why was Triceracop implicated in his twin sister's murder?
Yeah.
I'm just putting this on screen so people can kind of see what it works.
Do you want me to type, or do you want me to?
No, you can go for it. I'm just showing a blank template so people understand what we're talking about.
Okay. Why was Triceracop?
While you're doing that, Flint. So inside of a scene, usually with an episode or an event, it's just kind of like what it is, and then you choose light or dark, meaning is it a positive experience or is it a negative experience? And if it's kind of in the gray area, you just pick one. You just kind of go with your gut. For scenes, though, a scene has to have a purpose. Why is this scene happening? So we ask a question, why is the scene happening? And then we give an answer, and then we can kind of dictate what happens in that scene to extract that answer. And so that's what Flint is writing up now.
All right, there we go.
Did you miss?
I did, yeah. It's not showing up on your screen though.
Cool. That's
Cool. Try refreshing, maybe.
Yeah, let me refresh.
No.
That's weird. Are you in the right?
No, I am not. Nailed it. All right,
well played. Well played.
Hold on. Any difficulties?
Alpha, everybody.
Cool.
Maybe I'll run through these while you guys are thinking about stuff. It says, we'll just pick ancient cosmic evil. Primordial emerges in ancient Sumeria and is tricked into taking a physical form. The scene. Question, can the primordial in physical form hold his liquor? Primordial enters the service of the king Uruk with the intention of using the city's ziggurat to open a dimensional portal that would suck the entire earth into the lowest level of hell. However, during the party to celebrate the king's marriage to his 569th wife, the primordial is challenged to a drinking contest by the king's idiot younger brother. It turns out alcohol has some unusual effects on the primordial's mental and physical state. Scene, why is the Sleestack liquor? What is it made of? What is the liquor made of? Their leader gives a speech to announce the challenge while his underlings spit into a giant vat behind a Wizard of Oz curtain. And the answer, what's the Sleestack liquor made of? Fermented mucus, of course. Let me know when you're done, and I'll.
I think you need to add me.
Oh boy! All right, hold on.
I tried going to the link and said that I'm not cool enough to get in.
Are you kidding me? Really? All right, hold on, guys.
Of course, I'm not cool enough.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. It's supposed to give you a 24-hour thing. I'll pop it into private chat again.
All right.
Let's see, and there you go. Try that one. Let me know when you get in, and I'll pop it back.
Okay, there we go.
You're in? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, folks.
Be here all week. So I'll keep reading. You let me know. You just pop in whenever you're done. What happens when the primordial drinks the Sleestack booger booze? He gets rip-roaring drunk beyond anything a human or a Sleestack is capable of, causes massive destruction of property, and acts the worst of frat boy asshole.
We can't see the thing yet.
Yep.
Oh.
The kind is forced to call out all soldiers and wizards to halt his rampage. The king's chief wizard tricks him into taking one last major drink, which sends him into an alcoholic coma. He's then magically thrown halfway across the planet, landing in what will become New York Harbor. And then the last event we have so far on this episode is a rip in space opens, and Pink Wasp finds herself floating over an unknown planet and witnesses the mass buildup of an alien fleet of spaceships as they prepare an invasion of another planet. The target, Earth. She uses the hyper cannon to open another rip in space and tries to return home to warn everyone. And there we go. You got why was Triceratops implicated? All right, so we've got why was Triceratops implicated? Detectives come to Triceratops' apartment to discuss Jurassica's murder. While there, they discover the Somnoblaster, which was used in her murder. The Somnoblaster was planted there by an unknown villain. Excellent work. And we will continue down the list. Just so that everybody at home knows, you can either start with a scene and kind of do one, or you can start with a period or an event and do two. So, for instance, as long as it's nested. So you could, Flint could have started a new period and then done an event, or he could have done a new event and done a scene, or just done a scene. So he chose to do a scene. It is now Avery's turn. Where would you like to go, good sir?
Oh, geez. You're gonna regret this.
Oh, cool.
This is what I love to hear.
I already do.
You type this up for me though, because I suck at this.
Okay, you tell me where to go and I'll
The Dead Awaken.
The Dead Awaken. That is now that's on there twice, so I know. Is it under Spare Me?
It's under. This is like a citywide zombie scene or something, right? It's under Are You Sure?
Are You Sure? Thank you.
Yeah.
Are You Sure? The Dead Awaken.
Yeah, the Dead Awaken. This is a scene to let us know, the dead are coming back to life. And
all right, let's do it.
I only have the premise for it.
Okay.
The hilarious combination of the opening of the original Night of the Living Dead crossed with Step Bro, I'm Stuck.
Okay. Let's write that up into a scene. All right, Avery, you're leading this. You give me. Let's talk about the question.
Okay, what's the question?
You tell me, bro.
I don't know.
Okay, let's help. Let's get some help. So I'm trying to remember.
What's the worst thing I could think of? That's the question.
Fair enough. Oh, so give me a shot. Give me a scene, and we'll come up with questions and answers. Just give me what's in your head.
Well, you have the opening scene, like in what looks like a young couple in a dark sedan pulling up to a grave. They get out to visit the graves, and things sort of escalate because it's a couple, not actually a brother and sister.
Right.
They're visiting a grave. Things start to get frisky, and then the hand pops up out of the grave. But there's got to be a joke in there about coming to get you, Barbara.
Oh, sure.
It's so wrong.
Okay. Excellent. So here's the question: How do the dead awaken? How do they awaken, dude? So what happens? Does a couple do something that like why would the hand automatically start popping up? What happens?
I thought that was related to the previous thing.
It could be
with the previous event, like that. This was one of the side effects.
Earthquake.
Yeah, the earthquake. The earthquake lets loose something, some sort of gas or miasma that's surrounding what's he called?
Swamp gas.
Swamp gas. The cosmic evil, the primordial. It's some kind of swamp gas coming off the buried primordial.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's basically the gas he's passing as he slumbered, building up.
Oh my god!
It's that.
And it awakes. Of course.
Yeah,
it's
it
so
awakes the
strong
dead.
that the dead need to get away.
Yes. Yes.
Dead reanimate to escape. I can't believe I'm right. To escape the smell?
No, it reanimates them. It's so strong.
To escape, right. Hand pops out of the grave, coming to get you, Barbara. Okay, cool. So how do the dead awaken? That would actually be says dad reanimates, so that would be different.
Yeah, totally not. yeah. No, this is step where I'm stuck, not daddy.
Right on. Okay, so is this a light or dark scene?
Light. It's meant to be funny.
All right. Are we good? That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure.
I just went the Dead Awaken. I was like,
Yeah,
what's
and that's
two-
actually on there twice because the dead awoke in both games, so I have to
Oh, wow.
we have to shift it, but yeah,
Consolidate.
that works. Consolidate. Yep. Awesome. All right, Zach, you are up.
Okie doke. I'm going to go back to her name was Jurassica.
All right, her name was Jurassica for 1,000.
Or I mean, I can't create a new period, so I'm going to create a new Jurassica.
You can create a new period if you want.
Yeah, but I'd rather that this one get be connected to an existing period because it makes it more interesting in my view. So event. Okay, event. What's this guy's name again? Finger Blaster.
Oh, I should have sent you guys a link to the character Bible. My bad. Here, I'll do.
oh yeah.
Here, you know what I'll do while you guys are doing this. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna pull up.
All right, let me just bang this out real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Finger Blaster.
Yeah, I know. I
love it.
I didn't write it. Okay, I didn't write it. Finger Blaster.
All I hear is the South Park bit. Finger bang.
All right, so I will have, if you guys need a sheet, if you guys need a little bit of a cheat sheet to remember all 25 characters, I have it. I'll pull it up for you.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, Zach, I'm going to read. Are you sure? Are you sure? Taryn wakes up from a strikingly realistic nightmare. What was the nightmare? Taryn tosses and turns but can't sleep. Every time she tries, she has the same frightening and strikingly realistic dream and wakes up soon after. A shadowy giant is seen eating planet Earth like it's an apple. Event. People in the bar share their nightmares, strikingly similar. Scene. What are some of the nightmares people are sharing? Taryn, now awake, goes for an after midnight drink at the pub located below her studio apartment. Cody, the bartender, strikes up a conversation. He's been having crazy nightmares too. Cody also has a nightmare with a giant eating Earth. In Taryn's dream, the giant succeeds in eating the Earth. In Cody's, the giant is defeated before it does. Event. Henchmen set up tremor pods and begin their experiment to create an earthquake. Event. A group of bungling heroes somehow manage to stop the henchmen from creating an earthquake. You'll see that actually comes later as well. I need to clean that up. The Dead Awaken. We just did that one. And then a trio of mad scientists purchase the alien spacecraft. And Zach's still writing, so I'll keep reading. The Auditors of Destiny. The Auditors send Triceracop to arrest Terran. Jurassica, the telepathic dinosaur, secretly takes over the Dream Bar. The Destiny Guardians send Jurassica to investigate changes in the galactic karmic structure. Clairvoy steals the massive Somna Blaster rifle. Who is Clairvoy stealing the Somna Blaster rifle from and why? She was hired by General Hurricane Steel and needs the weapon to kill Jurassica, the telepathic dinosaur, from the bowels of the alien spacecraft. What does the gun use for ammo? How is the gun being guarded? And why does Steel want Jurassica killed? Those are all other questions that we can kind of figure out. I'll keep going. That's all right. Oh, this one's long. I won't make it in time. Zach, you still writing? If you're still writing, I'll keep reading.
Go ahead. I'm almost done.
All right. Well, here, I'll skip one. I'll go to Spare Me. Carl defends the local bowling alley from a horde of undead zombies. The scene. Why would Carl risk everything to save the bowling alley? Carl makes a stand at the bowling alley, which is overrun by the evil dead. Hilarity and gore ensue. He must protect his mother, Beelzebub, at all costs. That's the answer to the question of why he would risk
Yeah, I
everything.
just added my event. Should I create a scene or is that for the next guy?
That would be for the next guy. You have to create a scene. You have to be the folk. They have to be the lens.
All right, so
So go
Finger
read it.
Blaster. All right, go ahead. Finger Blaster wakes up in a hotel room in Bushwick with no memory of how he got there. The place is. I'm gonna edit that. Is trashed. Sorry, I'm not the world's best typist.
That's all right.
And filled with beer cans, whiskey bottles, inflatable dolls, and other things that defy description. In the bathroom, there was a lizard man wearing shades passed out in the bathtub with a tentacle monstrosity in his arms. The monstrosity has in its tentacles the blueprints for the Somnoblaster.
Right on. That's weird as hell. I like it.
Yes, it's a rip off of The Hangover.
Yeah.
Highly
All
underrated-
right. That's
highly
yeah.
underrated movie.
One of my all time favorite scenes in any movie. All right, it's my turn. I was talking so much I didn't have a chance to think about what I want to do. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna say, let's do. You know, we're kind of working on Jurassic right now, so I'm gonna do, a scene for Clairvoy assassinates Jurassica in the Dream Bar. So the question, I guess, would be, how does Clairvoy kill Jurassica? And I'm just gonna ask chat because I'm curious. So, chat, how does Clairvoy kill Jurassica? Feel free to type it in. Don't be shy. Just come up with something. You guys got this. It always takes a minute. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, we'll come up with a scene while if they type. So, if not, then I'll make something up. I feel like Jurassica is at the bar, right? Let me double check where she is. She is Jurassica's murdered. Oh, so we actually have to move this because it says Clairvoy assassinates Jurassica in the Dream Bar, and then it actually is up here, right? It's got to move, because this Triceratops is implicated, right? So it actually happens first. So I'm gonna say, so if Triceratops is implicated, that means there's something that has to happen for Triceratops to be implicated. Triceratops is set up. And as Clairvoy killed Jurassica, I don't know. What would be? Give me some help, guys. Let's talk about it. What do you think? What do you think would be a good way to kill Jurassica? Bow and arrow.
Wiffle ball bat. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What's a with? I might change this with a Bowie knife.
Okay.
No, that's too graphic.
Well, we have that blaster.
Oh, the Somnoblaster.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. What's the Somnoblaster? And I'm just gonna put that in there because I don't remember how to spell it.
What's a sumo flange?
And then the scene is a Clairvoy sits atop a roof across from the Dream Bar. Jurassica lined up in her scope. Or was she trying to kill somebody else? Maybe and accidentally shot
She
her.
missed.
Yeah, why not? Her target, man in black, lined up in her scope. Jurassic, as she pulls the trigger, Jurassica moves in to the shot as she starts to flirt. She gets hit. And somehow, I'm just gonna put somehow, I don't know, and somehow Triceracop is set up. And I'm gonna say that this is probably dark, right? It's not really a comedy shot. All right, there you go.
No.
Oh, Carrot said was oh that's actually a good point. Was Jurassica in a hotel room when she died? She could have been. She might have been. That's right. She was, wasn't she? I'm trying to remember. That's actually
I
good.
thought she was in the Dream Bar.
Dream
Clairvoy
Bar.
assassinates Jurassica in the Dream Bar.
Okay. Yeah. Clairvoy, what Willie D says, Clairvoy put slow acting poison in her cocktail. Oh, I like that too.
Ooh.
Maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. Maybe it was
That's fun.
maybe it was still for her target. What do you guys like better, Somnoblaster or poison?
I think poison could be more interesting.
Yeah, Somnoblaster would tie it in with the other plot points.
That is true. Yeah.
Okay. Andrew's asking for the. I'm gonna close this just for a second. Andrew's asking for the link. I guess nobody checks chat for their freaking links. Everyone needs an email apparently. Oh my god. So who is next on Flint? I guess you're going to be setting up the closing. You can go ahead and do that as I take care of this really quick.
All right. Let's see. All right.
Let me shift back here. Dusty says, Clairvoy slips slow acting poison into her ex-lover's drink. Ooh. But then goes on to offer his half full drink to Jurassica. Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
What if we did both? I'm gonna add this. Hold on. Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on. Let me see if I can. Because it could be an extension of the scene, right? It could be it could be both, which would actually be pretty funny. Begins to drink a slow acting poison. This is her ex-lover. He then goes on to offer his half-full drink to Jurassica, which enrages Claire. As she pulls the trigger, Jurassica moves into the shot. That's actually more funny. That's pretty good. So she's sitting on Clairvoy while Flint's writing this. So Clairvoy is sitting atop a roof with her ex-lover in her sights, like a scope. She slipped poison in his drink, and he's Maybe he drank it, maybe he didn't. Probably drank it. And then Jurassica sits next to him and he starts to flirt with her. And he offers his half full drink to her. pisses off Clairvoy. So she pulls the trigger to try to kill her ex-lover. And Jurassica moves into the shot as she starts to flirt and is hit.
It's pretty good.
So
Awesome.
basically Jurassica was both poisoned and shot.
What is she, Rasputin?
Hey,
So-
look! Well, we got somebody.
Ooh.
Hey, Drew.
Welcome.
Hey guys.
I put the link into chat and then I did email other people. I figured you were one of the smart ones. I could get it in chat, but I was wrong.
Oh, I gotta turn the camera on for that one.
It's easier for me to join with using my computer.
I know. I didn't know. I will send it through email next time.
Where did you send it?
It's in the group chat.
You mean the group chat that's on my phone?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna connect on my phone. When have I ever connected on my phone?
So there's this
What you
app on
gotta
your
do.
there's this app on your computer called Messenger, and it actually is. Anyway, yeah, I will send it. I will send it via email next time. It is okay.
How do
What
you
gotta
get my
do-
invites every single time? Every single time.
You were asleep, weren't you?
No, I was sitting. I was working on my video for tomorrow. I already got
Oh.
it done and posted.
Oh, nice. All right, that works.
Nice.
All right, Flint, what are you working on?
Yeah. So, what I've got is Draska taking over the Dream Bar. I added a scene there. Why does Draska take over the Dream Bar? Draska had heard rumors that Terran was a regular at the Dream Bar. She's come to the bar for some answers, and she's not leaving until she gets them. And
Where is this?
This is under.
Oh, I
Auditors of
see.
Destiny.
I see. Auditors of Destiny.
Yeah, where Triceracop is supposed to arrest Terran.
Right.
Oh, I got things mixed up. Draska's not there to arrest Terran. Huh.
That's all right.
I can read.
Yeah. Auditors and Triceracop arrest Terran.
Hey, Todd,
Well, that's interesting though, because you could actually set something up that actually
Yeah.
implicates Triceracop in Jurassica's murder.
Yeah, Draska. All right, I got it. Okay.
hey, Todd, throw the link in the chat for the characters. In the
Uh,
private chat.
I can't. In your chat?
In the private chat, yeah.
Okay. I think this
No,
this
I
might
wanted-
not be. I don't know if this is public, so you might not be able to see it.
Do we not have the link for the document?
Click on that. Do you have access to this?
All right, let me try it.
If you don't, I'll make it public for you. Does it work?
hmm
Yeah, I think I already had that. I'm talking about the document that we're looking at right now.
Oh, this one. My bad, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Well, I don't know. Like, there's so many documents. So many documents. All right. Let me exit and get it to you. All right. I'm putting this in private chat. All right.
Are you live streaming this session?
Yes, it's live. We have people
Oh, okay.
we have people in chat.
I didn't know you could do that. That is so cool. Tell me more about this technology.
Oh yes, friends. So good. So good to have you here. So Flint's working overtime.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
No worries, no worries. Should I read? I'll read another. I'll read Belly of the Beast. Belly of the Beast. The swallowed heroes awaken in the primordial. The horde of the dead must join in the battle with the primordial or face loan repayment penalties. Terran uses alien spacecraft teleporter to prove Triceratops' innocence, but it is disintegrated in the process. Primordial gives birth to clones of the trapped superheroes, which is crazy and weird.
Who's Terran? I can't.
Terran is someone we totally made up.
Okay, gotcha.
Just completely
He's a
somebody,
dude. Just a person.
just
Gotcha.
a dude. What is it? What's that
rando.
quote?
Rando.
Yeah, just a dude playing a dude about another dude.
Disguised
Gotcha.
as another dude.
Disguised as another dude. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, I think
Like looking
I
through
think
the
they got
character
this
sheet.
unscrewed up.
All right. Why does Jurassic take over the Dream Bar?
Yeah.
Triceratops,
Yeah.
go ahead and read it. Go for it.
Yeah, so Triceratops asks his sister Jurassica to use her powers to assist in the investigation. Triceratops had heard rumors that Terran was a regular at the Dream Bar. Jurassica goes to the Dream Bar and she's not leaving without answers. She uses her telepathic powers to interrogate the patrons. She enters their minds and explores their memories to see who had last seen Terran. Fix that real quick. Their memories. I swear I can type. This is a light scene because the inside of these people's minds are weird, to say the least.
Excellent. Fantastic.
You can get some funny hijinks with entering the different minds and being like, oh, this guy's into some weird stuff.
That's awesome. All right. Excellent work. So, studio, you are now the focused. You are now the lens, which means
Oh.
you get to start and end the cycle, right?
Uh-huh.
So you can, if you choose a period, you can do a period and event. Like you can do two things, right? Or you could do an event and a scene, or you can do just a scene to start. And then you can do the same thing again to lock it off.
Okay. Okay. Is this Nightmare by Terran detailed? Is there anything in there?
No, we said what was the nightmare? Taryn tosses and turns but can't sleep. Every
Okay.
time she tries, she has the same frightening and strikingly realistic dream and wakes up soon after. And then we said the nightmare was a shadowy giant is seen eating the planet Earth like it's an apple. But
Gotcha.
you can always create another scene. You can change it. You can do whatever you want.
I was just thinking about fleshing that out.
Let's do it.
What starts out looking like a normal day in their home for Terran.
Starts as a normal day. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Earth starts shaking. Everything's rumbling. And like, even the roof like rips off the top of the house. And they're starting to float up. And as they're floating up, they see giant fingers. They can't even make out the whole hand, just giant fingers, and everything on the Earth is just being attracted by something, this greater gravity. And they just go hurling all the way up into space to where all they can see is the gaping maw in the shadows as the Earth's just being bitten into, and hot magma and the world's oceans are just flowing into the mouths of the primordial. And then they wake up in a cold sweat.
Cool. All right. Fix up all the crazy ass typos.
Yeah, it'd be worse if I did it.
All right. Is that a dark scene or a light scene?
Dark. It's meant to be scary.
All right, cool. And so now that technically that's a scene, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that and I'm going to edit this. I probably should have done this anyway, but pop that in there. Dark. There you go. And since that is a scene, that is the beginning of your focus. And so now, because that's the focus, everyone else has to kind of focus on the episode. Are you sure?
Okay.
I probably should have mentioned that before, but that's okay. We've been doing it anyway. So Zach, check out Are You Sure? And
Okay.
go for it.
All right. Well, this will. I'll have to take a step back from my usual desire to be wacky and funny, and yeah, this is interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna add an event after this, or no, maybe not. Hold on. What was the name here? How does the dead awaken? All right. Create an event. So, I'm going to. I'm going to create a scene. I'm going to create a scene. What is causing the night airs? Primordial. Does this have to be dark or can it be light?
You can be whatever you want.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'll say, what, one of the things that's really interesting about this is that it's not about creating everything perfect, right? Like what we're doing is we're just brainstorming and having fun and letting the imagination flow. And some of this stuff will be fantastic and we'll end up being able to use it, and it may become part of the actual canon of the AF universe. And some of it won't, some of it just won't fit, or it'll be like, wow, that was a really stupid idea. And we'll just chuck it and you just keep going. So it's just a way to, when you're creating something so big, there's a pressure that you kind of naturally put on yourself that things have to be right and things have to be so good. And you have to remove that. And you just have to write some shitty drafts. Just write some shitty drafts. It is an actual key thing you need to do. So you just write some shit and then you start to edit and it fills out.
If one of my bad ideas inspires a good idea, I'm good with it.
For sure. Carrot says, so this RPG framework called Microscope. Yeah. So basically, that's the book right here, right? It's a great game. We ended up making some modifications, and I'm not even using all the modifications. We wrote a full RPG based on Microscope. The main difference on our version is that we started to shift around because the game of Microscope is universal, and we changed it to season based because that was just the way we started thinking. And when we started playtesting, even universal wide, beginning of time and end of time, it became like, episode 1 and episode 10. It was really interesting how we came together. So we have an entire completely different rule set for that, kind of based off of Microscope, but completely original. And so what we're doing now is we're starting to play with the pieces of it. So the first game we played was purely our new rules based on Microscope. Microscope was the foundation, and we modified a whole bunch of it. The game that we played last week was pure Microscope. I literally just read the book, right? I just read the book and we played the game. And then during this past week, I saw the similarities that we naturally did as a group. And so I pushed both of those documents into this one. So this is a combination of both games. And now what we're doing is playing kind of a soft version of Microscope. So right now it is Microscope. The only difference is that these are season. This is a season and these are episodes, just so that we can get the flow, right? And as we move forward, we'll start to kind of, as we do the next version or the next game next week, we'll just start adding some of the other rules in just to kind of pepper it in, or maybe we stick with this. So it's an alpha in that we started with something that exists and we have to modify it because the Microscope is a brilliant game. It's really fun. The challenge with Microscope is that it's never meant to be played. It's not meant to be a continuing game. You're meant to play it once and like, yay, we had fun. It's not meant to like actually build a universe. And also the second part that we had to change or kind of modify was that Microscope is takes place across all time and space, meaning it really is the beginning of your universe where the star is born all the way to the star burns out and the universe dies. Like it's supposed to be the entire, like you can go the entire history of the universe. Whereas with us, even when you look at the MCU, like a cinematic universe or just even the core Marvel universe, they have stories that go back and forward in time, but really, like it's not really like from the beginning to the end. It's kind of a chunk in the middle, and so that's kind of what we're working towards. So if that makes sense.
Okay. I've got my little bit written.
All right.
What's causing the nightmares? The primordial is stirring in his ancient slumber. A group of crust punks. I hate crusties, by the way.
Crust punks? I love it.
A group of crust punks are squatting in an abandoned basement not far from where he is imprisoned and are holding an illegal hardcore show over his head.
Nice.
Answer. The primordial hates punk music. I got this from you, Todd, by the way.
Okay.
And the annoyance at this noise is sending out psychic energy that is affecting sensitive minds.
All right. This is strange. All right. Excellent.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and just for the record, I used to work in Times Square when back in the day. You learn very quickly. You don't eat lunch in the square even during the Bloomberg years.
No, man. The minute someone I used to eat they used to call it street meat from the street carts.
Yeah.
I used to eat it, not all the time, but it's really good food. And then a friend of mine started calling them roach coaches. And then I was like, and then I started making fun of him. Like, why do you call it a roach coach? I mean, there's just a coach, like a cart. It's not like there's like that many roaches in or anything. And he said, dude, they're out there for 10 to 12 hours a day. He says, where do they wash their hands?
Oh.
And I was like, oh, yeah. And then I never touched street food again. I never did. I was like, I was out. Because it's true. They don't wash their hands. All right. So
I gotta step away for 1 sec, but I look forward to seeing what Drew comes up with.
yeah, no worries. Drew, you're up.
Hold on a second. I'm typing.
You typing a letter?
I'm typing. All right. Going back to the tangent that I created originally, I'm going to add a new event and bring another major character into the story.
Okay.
So, following the events of, what is this? Are You Sure?
Mm-hmm.
We jump back to Pink Wasp.
Yep.
And
now, so just as an FYI,
I'll delete this if I have to.
No, you're good. The focus is, are you sure? But you can write it if it fits in that first episode. You can put it in that first episode. Like you can create strings.
I've already set it up to where she's jumping from story to story.
Excellent.
And appearing in different places.
I love it.
And I'm actually incorporating new ideas into her story.
Excellent.
And I say, a rip in space opens, and we find Pink Wasp jumping out and finding herself on a floating starship, hovering above a collapsing star, creating a black hole. At the helm of the starship is Wasp's ex-Stanwell Perpetual. She quickly fills him in on the alien invasion fleet and how they need to return to Earth to warn everyone. But the cannon is depowering and is unable to work. Stanwell's great idea is to fly directly into the black hole and navigate through space back to the Earth.
That's awesome.
So,
that's awesome. That feels like straight Fantastic Four, dude.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's been reading Kirby's Fantastic Fours.
Yeah, I love it.
Not lately, but it does influence us. You know?
Yeah, man, that I love it. That's good. That's gold. I like that piece a lot. All
Yeah,
right.
but I give you a quick hint. They
Uh-huh.
don't make it back to Earth right away. It takes them a little bit of time.
All right. That's cool.
Heaven forbid.
Ooh.
So my turn, and I'm gonna say, I know that we use henchmen set up the tremor pods and a group of bungling heroes. I know we use that later on, so I'm gonna kind of figure we're gonna cut that. Terran's nightmare causing nightmares, people in the bar. The Dead Awaken. It seems like the Dead Awakening is actually going to be the focus of this episode because we have nightmares and then the gas, right? The dead animate because of the gas, the swamp gas, which probably came from the punk music or something, right? The Parmoto hates punk music, and the annoyance of this noise is sending out psychic energy. So that psychic energy could be the swamp gas, right?
Sure.
Or whatever. It could be either or. So you see how stuff is kind of like weirdly tying together.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna say the Dead Awaken, and I'm gonna go into her name was Jurassica. Where do I want this? Yeah, I'm gonna go into her name was Jurassica, and I'm gonna create a. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna do. I don't know how Triceratops is implicated. I have this vision of this zombie trash, like the zombies because they start marching or something. Bathroom, there's a lizard man. I don't know if it fits in there. Criminals attempted hypersonic cannon. Right, the cannon one is over here. So the grand heist is the cannon. Darn it! Where would Jurassic Intelligence secret takes over? Where would be a good place to put? I don't know where I want to put. I feel like the zombies have to come up. They have to start walking because we have the Dead Awaken here inside of Are You Sure? And then we have over in Spare Me, Carl defends a local bowling alley from a horde of undead zombies.
Mhm.
So we need to know why they're going towards the bowling alley eventually, but we also need them to start like almost like I imagine them almost like Thriller, kind of walking through the city and
Oh,
like
yeah.
maybe even like dancing through the
Oh
city.
yeah.
Or something.
Why they go to the bowling alley?
Yeah,
Free nachos with shoe rental.
free nachos. I like that's pretty good. But I feel like they should be inserting themselves into the story, like
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like Summoner Blaster is planted there. Clearwater steals massive Summoner Blaster. I don't know. Maybe they should just you know what? I'm gonna put an event here, and I'm just gonna say it's light. Zombies begin to walk. What do you call it when it's like when you're swimming and it's in sync?
Synchronized.
Synchronized. Zombies begin to walk in synchronicity, Thriller style, down through the city. Like a slow moving group of children, they start causing trouble. We're kind of vague, and I feel like that's pretty light, right? And that way they pop out in this episode, on the second episode, and then you don't really hear about them until like the fourth episode, right? All of a sudden they're coming back.
Maybe show them in the background of things that happen, but they're small numbers because they're still all rising up from the grave.
Right.
And people just treat them like they're crazy mumbling homeless to start.
Totally. I felt like there was a way. I felt like there's a way to have a zombie be the reason that like Triceracop was implicated, but I can't figure that out yet. You know, like he's implicated in his twin sister's murder, and I feel like it's a zombie, some kind of like, I don't know how to set that up. Carrot says,
hard.
could the arrest of Triceracop be interrupted by the zombie coming and crashing into the bar? Oh, interesting. That's interesting. So he's implicated. Sure, why not? We'll put that in. Let's do it. So I'll modify the event. They start causing trouble, and I'll say, I'll just say Triceratops. Figure that's out later. Triceratops arrest is interrupted by a zombie. I'll just say I'll change it a little bit, Carrots, who is aggressively trying to order dinner. What do you think? Should it be crashing in the bar? Like, should it be more like intense, or should it be like just like shitty patrons?
The zombie is Beelzebub. He wants to speak to the manager.
I'll just put wants to speak to the manager.
Because brains aren't on the menu.
Yeah.
Because brains are not on the menu. Now I'll put could be Beelzebub. Because that might be kind of cool. Like if Beelzebub came out and then revisited Carl, and Carl's like, "Mom," and then he feels the need to protect her.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there you go.
That could be kind of
Sure.
cool.
Yeah.
That
That's
works.
good.
Wicked. Thanks, Carrots. That was awesome. All right. Flint.
Yes. So, here we go. Add. Oh, I can't add another. How do I add another scene? Create scene. There you go. Okay. I know what I'm doing.
You going? Where are you going? What do you think?
I'm going. I think the question that everyone wants the answer to is what happened to that hardcore show?
Oh my god! All right.
So, what happens to the hardcore show? The Primordials' waves of displeasure wash over the crowd. The punk guitarists of pleasant, harsh riffs mix and amplify with the Primordials' negativity, creating some pretty kick-ass music. They blow the roof off the place. Literally, the building explodes from the power of music.
This is great. Garrett says, "This is interesting. Could go on for hours." Yeah, that's why we're trying to break it up into 2 to 3 hour chunks at most, and then just pick it up, right? And eventually, we'll start refining it. Really, the deal is like you want to pick you have 1, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right now, 8-ish. I mean, some of these aren't really episode worthy, but we have 7 or 8 episode-y kind of things, and so we can start to kind of figure out an actual a full-on cap. Once we figure the cap, we'll start to refine. But yeah, it's pretty cool, right? It's a lot of fun, and you start to really see the world, right? Flint, where was this posted?
This was under. Are you sure?
Are you sure? Oh, there you go. What happens in the hardcore show? Great.
Yeah, you are.
Perfect. Studio as the lens, you get to cap this off and end it. Feel free to pick a anything to do with Are You Sure can be in another episode, of course, but you can do another period and an event, or an event and a scene, or just a scene.
Oof. But I have to do in Are You Sure?
No, it can be as long as it relates, right? Like I added the zombies.
The zombies.
Because the dead awoke, right? Like I added the zombie walks to another episode because in this episode the dead awaken.
And
So
where is it? Triceratops' sister gets killed?
Triceratops' sister gets killed, and her name was Jurassica.
In this Are You Sure? In this section.
Oh, so Jurassica doesn't die in Are You Sure?
Okay.
In Are You Sure, we've got the nightmare, and then the hardcore show, and then people in the bar share their nightmares, and then the dead awaken, and then we have two weird things. So we have the henchmen setting up tremor pods and a group of bungling heroes. I think that's going to be cut, or maybe one thing starts and it'll be continued later on. We have really two major things that are happening right now in this episode that eventually we'll have to resolve. But it's the dead awaken, and then trio of mad scientists purchase the alien spacecraft, and then Andrew's a rip in space.
A trio of mad scientists purchased the alien spacecraft. How does that work?
There you go. Question: How do they buy an alien spacecraft?
Is it at Crazy Larry's used alien spacecraft bot? I think it is.
Crazy Larry's alien spacecraft. What?
Use spacecraft lot.
Used spacecraft.
Emporium.
Use perfect. Better. Love it. Emporium. I mean, they've got the wavy guy out there. He's out there in a plaid suit jacket, looking like what's his face from WKRP.
All right, fantastic. So I'm just going with WKRP.
What's it? I can't remember that character's name. I used to love that show.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember. But okay. So what's the scene? Tell me. Describe the scene of trio of mad scientists purchasing this spacecraft from Larry's alien used spacecraft Emporium.
Oh my God! What do these guys look like? They're mad scientists, very Max Fleischer-ish looking. You know, are all three of them are just standing around the spacecraft, looking at it, inspecting it. You know, they've got their little Ghostbuster-esque looking tools out, checking things out. And the salesman is like, oh, this beauty, only 10 billion light years on it, goes to kick part of it, like kicking a tire, and it falls off.
How do they pay for it? They I'm assuming. I mean, is it a cheap spacecraft, or does it cost like $1 bazillion? Like how do they pay for it? They just pay in Ethereum.
Yes, perfect. They just look up and are like, "We'll take it. Do you take Ethereum?" And then it just ends on a shit-eating grin of him.
That's really funny. They pay for it in ether. I don't want to make it up. I don't want to take. I mean, like they sold like a monkey NFT.
Yeah. No. They bought it for like 0.2 ETH or something.
0.2.
Something ridiculous.
Fair. All right. All right. Light scene, I assume, yes?
Yes.
All right. All right. You got that you capped it off. Good job. It was a win.
Yeah, I finished it off good. Wait.
Zach, you're up.
Yes.
You are now the lens. So you get to start and end the cycle. You get to pick any period you want. You can create a new period and do a period and an event, or you could do an event and a scene, or just a scene. Any of that, it's up to you. You can do one, the other. You get free reign. You can do up to 2 as long as those 2 are nested, and that will be the focus that we focus on as a group.
Okay, give me a sec. All right, well, I'm going to stick with her name was Jurassica
All right.
because I really want to see where this goes. Finger blaster thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, the finger blaster thing. All right. Yeah, I really like this. The finger blaster thing is very interesting.
All right, and I'm going to start with. Okay, how does Clairvoy create scene? Why was the man in black talking to what's her face? What was her name again? Hold on, let me get out of there.
Taryn?
Talking to, no, her target. Why was the man in black talking to Jurassica?
Oh yeah.
There we are. Okay. The man in black's real name is. Hold on. Feel free to keep talking while I'm typing.
Oh, no worries. So, yeah, I probably should keep it interesting and engaging. You know, I know, So I will say one of the things I saw, like looking at, her name was Jurassica, is I actually wonder if Finger Blaster waking up is actually the first scene. Like if that's the actual first event. Because that's actually, it says an event, but that actually feels more like a scene, right? So the event, like what happens that would make Finger Blaster wake up would be like, I think we could kind of figure that out. Like I think there'll probably be a little bit of like shifting.
And what would wake him up?
Yeah.
Zombies rioting for their union rights outside his apartment.
Okay, so I'm going to just give me 1 second to check the spelling on this because I'm anal. Well, I'm not anal like that, but I'm sort of. Okay, and here we go. Why was the man in black talking to Jurassica? Oh, sorry. The man in black's real name is Dr. Gunther Schwarzer Tansber. late of Dusseldorf. Germans have such funny names. Apologies to anyone here who's German, including me, because my last. Well, anyway, that's a whole other thing. A mad scientist wanted in 16 different countries on 3 continents for ethical violations, and the inventor of the Somnoblaster, which was stolen from him by some weird tentacle monstrosity, which he was attempting to romance while high on a mix of cocaine and rare Cambodian mushrooms. He wants the plans back, as he has plans for them. Answer: he wanted to hire Jurassica to get the plans back. He wanted to hire Jurassica to get the plans for the Sound Blaster back.
Excellent. Interesting. I see. Got it.
And
All
by
right
the
on.
way, the Schwarz Tanzerbeer means, and I actually ran this through an English-German translation, black dancing bear.
All right. That
So
works.
make of that what you will.
That works. All right. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, if just if you ever seen that show Archer.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Just think Dr. Krieger, but like evil, even more evil,
sure.
evil.
Even more evil.
I had one of my friends worked on that show, did all the backgrounds for it.
All right.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Atlanta represent. Right on. Drew,
Yep.
you got her name was Jurassica, and which is pretty cool because you've been jumping around for your pink wasp thing. So
Yeah.
you could add the pink wasp insert into Jurassica.
Well, no, I'm going to insert her into Spare Me.
Oh, right on.
So I'm breaking a rule, but not really breaking a rule.
Okay.
I'm slightly time traveling,
Okay.
but I'm not, because I'm just going out of order,
Okay.
and you'll understand. Now, when we left Pink Wasp, she had just ran into Stanwell on the edge of a black hole, and we're going to try to navigate through the black hole, and then this happens. Pink Wasp, Stanwell, and Sim step out of a rip in space and find themselves in the middle of a horde of zombies. Sim is furious that the group left Grumblebee behind and demands the adventurers go back to where they had just left and rescue Bee. Looking around at the zombies, Wasp and Stanwell assume this is not their Earth, and after a brutal fight with the zombies, Sim letting loose all his rage, they open up another rip in space and escape, never realizing they had returned to their Earth, and their adventures continue.
Interesting. I like that a lot. I'm going to ask one, if you can do one creative thing.
No!
And find one way to tie it to her name was Jurassica.
I haven't even read the thing about her name is Jurassic. I was reading the ones that had the least stuff in it.
Oh, I know, but so the focus is Jurassic. Like, so when someone picks, when someone becomes a focus, the focus is that.
You cannot put my creativity in a box, Todd.
Well, here's the thing. You can put anything anywhere as long as it somehow has a focus, somehow has a tie to Jurassica. So you could, like, you've got Clairvoy assassinates Jurassica in the Dream Bar, right?
I got a way to make it work.
You can tie it any loot. I mean, Pink Wasp could say, "I can't believe Clairvoy assassinated Jurassica in the Dream Bar," and then you can continue on the rest of your sentence.
No,
It's just a matter of having some kind of little tie, right?
Jurassica has been zombified in this point of the story, and is one of the characters that they fight zombies.
All right.
Is one of the zombies they fight.
So go for it.
I'll edit that into my particular story, but you can keep moving.
There you go. That's it. That's all you need. Right on. So it is now my turn.
Stop putting me in a box, man.
It's-
Don't put me in a box.
I'm gonna look actually at our palette. Eventually, we're gonna have to come back to this and make sure that we add all of the stuff into it. I'm gonna say large ghetto blaster boombox for theme music. Oh, that's easy. We can add these later because I can totally see easily putting these into what we have now. All right. Multiple factions of evil. Well, we have zombies. That's one. let's see. I'm gonna say. I feel like the Grand Heist has a lot because I remember we had that as a big focus. Let's read the Auditors of Destiny. Powers. The Auditors send Triceracop to arrest Terran. Jurassica, the telepathic dinosaur, secretly takes over the Dream Bar. And Destiny Guardians send Jurassica to investigate changes in the galactic karmic structure. Clairvoy steals a massive rifle. Yeah, Auditors of Destiny need work. I'm going to say the Auditors sent Triceracop to arrest Terran. I would have to tie that to Jurassica. I'm gonna say that Jurassic. You know how does Jurassica take over the Dream Bar? So she looks. She's a giant telepathic dinosaur, right? So. Carrots. So he says Triceracop fighting a zombified Jurassica would be an emotional moment.
It would.
It would. That would be a really good.
And that's his twin sister, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
So they look identical, but it's a chick.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
beautiful.
we're totally doing the modern She-Hulk take. That's right. No comment. So how does Jurassica take over the Dream Bar? Jurassica has a penchant for seducing well-dressed men. If they don't fall for her lure. Wait, is that like I don't know if I'm saying that right. If they don't fall for her lure, like her alluring
Her
nature,
lure.
she gorges them with her horns. So I'm going to say this is dark, actually. And so what I'm setting up here is that she was flirting with the well-dressed guy in black, and that's why she got like noped out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to set up that this is a thing that this is like an actual behavior that she's going to have. Is like she actually tries to seduce men. Seen in the Dream Bar. She man's meeting with the owner. She kills all of the guards. And eventually kills the owner for not I won't say for not finding her attractive, for not caving to her needs.
Death by Snoo Snow.
Yep. All right. So why did she take over the Dream Bar, and how does she do it? All right. I do like the idea of Triceracop having to fight his dead sister.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. It's funny and cool. Yeah.
And then she joins them.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. You could.
Isn't that
like it'd be like some weird like Wonder Twins thing.
isn't that a thing on here where she has to join the team of something?
It could be. I don't think so, but it could be. Well, maybe she does. It says our heroes band together. So that is my turn. Flint, you are up.
Right. Okay. So I'm focusing some on Triceratops implication.
Yeah, it's like how was he implicated?
Yeah. So I'm making just a real minor change to something I wrote previously, if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
So instead of it being the actual some Nublaster being in his house, it's the plans. The plans blaster, and it's in a hotel room.
Right on.
Then
Carrot says, "Gotta figure Clairvoy is going to make quips about how Jurassica still is more attractive than her brother, even while zombified." I like that. That's good.
all right. So, how do the plans end up in Triceratops' hotel room? While the weird tentacled monstrosity only has eyes for Finger Blaster, she won't say no to some free cocaine and rare Cambodian mushrooms. The opportunity to steal some priceless weapon blueprints? That's just a bonus. After lifting the plans, she and Finger Blaster pick up a random lizard man retired to a hotel room they broke into previously and proceed to celebrate, much to the displeasure of their neighbors. The hotel room that they broke into is Triceratops.
Oh, right on. Very cool. Excellent work. Excellent. All right. Studio.
What's up?
Avery, what's up, man? Where would you like to go in this wacky trip?
The auditors send Triceratops to arrest Terran. Why would that be?
No idea.
Me neither. What has this person possibly done?
Taryn? I don't know. The auditors could be anything, but it seems like the auditors, because you also have like the Destiny Guardians, like everyone is kind of converging.
Oh, because Terran's gone crazy from their visions and is out there on the sidewalk with the end is near sign ringing a bell.
What if she was like the Keymaster, right? Like Gozer from
Oh, better. Love it. Let's go with that.
All right. So why do the auditors send damn it, who was it?
Triceratops.
No, they don't send, is it Triceratops? Yeah, Triceratops.
Yeah.
Triceratops to arrest Aaron.
Because these visions and the exposure to the gas to a living person has transformed her into like the Keymaster.
Let's put swamp gas. Although I know there's a better word for it.
Yeah.
Has Keymaster.
Yeah.
We could totally turn this into like a Ghostbusters thing. That'd be fucking awesome, right? Where like all this shit is just converging.
Yes.
That was a great movie for like weird, like universal convergence. You know,
I love it. I still love that movie.
It's such a good movie. All right, what's the scene? They're sending auditor. What is the scene where the auditors send Triceratops and give him his mission.
Who are the auditors? So we know what this. Are they a mysterious Illuminati-like panel that are all setting into like almost like a jury box or something? You know, up and their figures are all shadowed. You can't see them, and they're just talking down to Triceratops, who's in a spotlight, as they divulge the information they've obtained that this person is the keymaster. Triceratops needs to go and arrest her to keep this from getting out of hand.
Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Enshadowed. That's not a word. I'm just gonna keep it. Mysterious Illuminati-like panel, enshadowed in jury box, Triceratops and spotlight. You must go arrest her. Important. Keep from getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Pretty good notes. Light or dark?
Dark. It looks kind of creepy and spooky.
All right. Wicked. So the only thing we need to do now that I'm thinking about this is we actually still need to tie it to her name was Jurassica. I guess it could be tied a little bit because Triceratops is tied to it. So I guess that works, right? That's pretty good. What do you guys think? Do you think that's enough of a tie?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think so. That could be all right. Same character. So, I mean, the characters appear. So I think that's okay. All right, Zach, you get to close it out.
Okay. Okay. How do the plans end up in Triceratops' room? Oh, the weird tentacle mustache. Okay, let me think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Hotel room is Triceratops. Okay. Okay, question. How did Finger Blaster end up in the hotel room?
And so while Zach is working on that, I'll say maybe we go one more round so that Drew can have a leadership. He can have a focus and be the lens.
You really don't have to do that for me. I'm getting to the point where I need to wrap up soon anyway.
Well, you want to? Well, let's try it. You at least start it off, and we'll try to do it. It shouldn't take too long. And then if you have to, and Andrew, if you have to bounce, it's totally understandable. But I want to give you at least the opportunity to get a focus in, because that'll give you a twofer, you know, if you want. No pressure.
I guess I missed the instructions on what a focus is, so I'm kind of lost. You know, I was doing my own thing, don't you know?
I know. Carrot says, "Got to take off. Nice to get a peek in the creative process. Have fun." Thanks, Carrots. Love you, brother. See you soon. Thanks for coming out. So a focus is, so basically as the lens, you choose the focus, which is really simple. It's like, where do we go? So you can create a new period. You can focus. You focus wherever you want to do. So if you wanted to create, if you create a new period, you can either create two things like nesting. So if you do a new period, you get to do a period and an event. If you create a new event, you can do an event and a scene, or you can just do a scene. And wherever you go, we have to kind of focus around it, right? So if you put something in the Grand Heist, we would have to create something anywhere else on the timeline, but it would have to relate.
Hold
would
on,
have
I
to
gotta edit this
relate.
real quick.
Yeah, it would have to relate to that focus. If that makes sense.
I honestly can't think of anything else right now. My head's kind of fried.
All right. Well, that's okay. Do you guys want to after Zach goes? Do you want to wrap up?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
All
that's
right. We hit about 2 hours 15 minutes, so I think
Yeah.
that's a wonderful
Pretty
cycle.
good amount.
Yeah. Cool. So we'll just wait for Zach, and then we'll hit it, and we'll do a brief closer.
All right. So, how did Finger Blaster end up in the hotel room? The last thing Finger Blaster remembers is sitting in the dream bar with Edna, the tentacled monstrosity. When a man in black hit him from behind with a hypno ray and commanded him to recover his plans. He and Edna snuck in with the cops. Hold on. Let me edit this to snuck in with the cops and some random lizard guy. Just because I'm trying to keep it.
They decided to indulge.
And I'm trying to keep it in sync with this other scene up here.
Yeah.
When they raided Triceratops' room, but got distracted by a massive secret drug cache and decided to indulge. Yes.
I think that works.
All right.
I think that works. Great. And it's light. I like it.
Yeah.
Excellent work. Right on. So as you can see, guys, this thing is starting to fill out pretty well, right?
Yeah. We have a lot of good ideas for stories here.
There's a lot of good stuff here. And what we can start to do, we'll do one more round next week of this, and then we can start to edit it and tweak it, and we can continue to add as well. Like, one of the great things about this is that we can always make the choice to continue diving into this series of stories, or you start over and you have a new quote unquote season where you're just creating episodes, because you never know where the good things are going to come from. You know what I mean? So as long as this is gelling with our creativity, we stay with it. If we start to feel like we don't know where to go next, we can just kind of create a fresh palette and start a fresh palette and a fresh kind of bookending and start over. And that way we have a lot to choose from when we actually do start to create the comics and the novels and the stories. We have sort of the fodder, because there's no blank canvas, right?
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. So guys, thank you very much. You guys stick around for a second that are on the screen. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Everyone that is in chat, thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it, and that this was valuable, and that you are really getting a chance to see how it actually works to build a universe and to come up with ideas and just throw some crap against the wall and have a lot of fun doing it. So again, I thank you guys for coming. With that, we will see you again very soon. We're going to try to do this every week that we can. And until then, we will see you in Discord. Willie D, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. We may be doing games after this. Ask Dusty. He might be, I don't know. It's up to him. There might be some games coming in Discord. Dusty, thank you so much. And with that, we'll be hopping over to Discord. I'll see you guys in just a few. All right. Peace out.
Thanks,
And,
everybody.
See you later.